take a look at companies that are coming to the market at this stage to raise capital. A lot of activity with regards to raising capital on the Zambian LUSC. Looking at Invest Trust, it's a bank that's 15 years old, is looking to raise $6.6 million in a rights offer. What type of value does this smaller player in the Zambian banking sector offer to investors?
Well, Invest Trust is one of the smaller banks, but it does have quite a lot of potential. They're trying to raise money to increase their loan book and also to increase the ATM and branch network. So hopefully they're going to benefit from that growth based on the back of the broader growth in the economy.
Let's take a look at that rights offer. At this stage, they're offering 2 new shares for one shareholder at a 6% discount. Will you be looking to take up this if you're invested in those stocks?
Based on our projections, we're looking at a target price of about 20, and it's currently, the rights offer price is about 16. So we would obviously recommend that shareholders take up their rights, but that's on the back of the potential that could come out of it. We do note that there is quite a bit of an issue with the impairment, and that's something that we're going to need to get more clarity on. But generally, on the back of what we expect for the economy and where they're looking to expand, we do expect to get more value out of it.
Zambeef is another company looking to raise funds on the bourse. It's looking to buy up some land to grow its current offering. At this stage, the London team, management of Zambeef is currently in London looking to try and entice investors there. Is this also another stock that you'd be playing around with, given the activity on that stock?
Yes, Zambief, as you probably know, is trying to raise $65 million, and they're doing that through a rights issue, 9 for 16. And essentially what they'll be doing is trying to raise as much as they can on the Lusaka Stock Exchange and then raise the balance in London. The Lusaka Stock Exchange has closed, so they're now looking at the private placement with Zambief on AIM.
In the mining sector, it's currently unrepresented on the LUSC, but that's about to change. A Canadian mining company, First Quantum, going to be listing its depository receipts on the stock exchange. What kind of appetite could we expect for those receipts? And can you give us a little bit of insight into what type of assets First Quantum has in Zambia?
Yes, First Quantum is the largest producer of copper in Zambia, and they run the Kansanshi mine, which is one of the biggest mines. They're listed in Toronto, and they're looking to register the first depository receipts in Zambia, and generally we view this as a positive move. Obviously, there has been talk of Konkola, which is a subsidiary of Vedanta, coming in, which hasn't yet come to the market, but the drive seems to be with mining companies trying to get exposure on the stock exchange, and this is definitely going to help the exchange in terms of exposure to mining, generally because Zambia is the largest producer of copper on the continent, and some exposure, let's say, companies based in mining would be favorable for the exchange.
And I'm sure also increased appetite from foreign investors for those stocks with big names like First Quantum listing on the stock exchange.
Yes, initially the offer will only be open to people domiciled in Zambia, so it's local companies and local individuals, but thereafter it's going to be open to anybody. So that's definitely going to help with the depth of the market. We estimate that it will probably be in the region of $50 million, so hopefully it's going to help the local ones.
Jimmy, talking about the mining sector in general, International Mining and Energy Conference was held in Zambia last week. What transpired out of that? Anything that you took out of some statements coming out of CEOs and, of course, the president who also attended that?
Yes, you've got a lot of exploration, and when you get big players like BHP, Billiton coming in and taking a very keen interest in Zambia, it's certainly positive. the main metals out of Hong Kong as well, which is present, and the already existing companies, First Quantum, Equinox, Glencore out of Switzerland. Generally, there is a huge drive in terms of mining, and it still is the center of the economy.